It is a warm morning today here in Hertfordshire, but we are going over to Essex and Chelmsford to be more specific, because I'm going over to Saxton 4x4 because for the last 2 weeks since visiting their showroom and doing a loop around and giving Dan my checklist of things that I need in a daily driver, the one thing that I discovered is actually the Nissan GTR is a very good daily driver. But Dan has been in communication with me over the last 2 days because there is a Porsche Macan GTS on its way over today on one of those car transporters. So I'm going to head over there, I'm going to wipe all of this sweat off my face and then go and check out this car. Dan says that it is a big spec Macan GTS, a good car for residual values. I'm going to be looking to do about 20,000 miles a year in it. And well, 2018, 12 to 15,000 pounds worth of spec, I think Dan said. Anyway, let's just go down there. Let's go and enjoy the drive. Let's go and enjoy this weather and then potentially meet my next daily driver. Look at the state of the GTR. This is the first time I've properly taken a step back after the dirt and half of the field has been picked up in the wheel arches since Goodwood Festival of Speed, where it was torrential rain. The only day that I was at Festival of Speed, it rained, which obviously means now the GTR is completely filthy and needs a proper clean. But we're down at Saxton's now. I'm waiting for Dan to come out of these doors to take me in to show me this Macan GTS, because when I was out in California and I rented one, I've not been able to get it out of my head. I didn't think it would be a potential for a daily driver to sit alongside the GTR, but there's something telling me around this particular car that is a similar story to the GTS, because I stared at these on Auto Trader ever since they came out in 2017, made the plunge, added one to the garage. The Macan GTS is very similar. I spend a lot of time looking at prices of Macan GTS, but never have made that plunge to buy one. And maybe, just maybe, it could be the car that sits alongside this as a two-car garage. So Dan, please, that's not Dan. Oh well. Here he is. You have come out as the wind picks up, so...
Hi guys.
I'm going to put the mic right close to you so they can hear you.
So I'm right in your face.
Good morning! You good?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Can I just discuss this?
Yeah. It's,
That's
Goodwood mud.
That's terrible. I mean, at least you're using it, I guess.
Exactly. I'm daily driving this, that's why, like, I don't have time to keep it clean.
It's a good tie-in.
Yeah.
This is why you're here.
Yeah.
It's because we've been on the hunt now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I have something I'd like to show you. Something that...
I am excited, you know. When you told me a Macan GTS, big specs just come in.
Big spec, 12k of spec, which in Porsche terms is not much, but not many people add on with Macan GTS because there's so much anyway. But she's nice.
Okay. So should we go and have a look at it?
Should we go and have a look?
I don't really want to stand out here because it was sunny when I came, and now it's clouded over and it's quite windy.
Yeah, follow me. Macan GTS. It's not been cleaned, it's not been prepped. We haven't done anything, but these things fly out. They sell within a week.
Yeah.
The market is so hot for them right now.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just get you down, come and have a look. I think personally, it worked colours-wise for the channel. It's got the upgraded blacked out rims. The spec I'll run through, but it just works, and it's a GTS.
The thing is, with the Macan, for me, it feels like the closest thing that you can have to like a performance Porsche.
Yeah.
Like this feels like a sports
quick.
car. It's really fast.
Quick.
I loved it when I drove it out in America. Not driven one since. I've driven, I think, a diesel facelift.
Okay.
This obviously 2018 doesn't have the Porsche light bar. It's not the facelift. So the interior isn't.
But it doesn't blow the bank.
Do you know what I get
Value for money.
about? Value for money.
I love this.
Buying it and then selling it, let's say a year later, 18 months later.
Probably breaking even.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with the market's going.
Yeah.
We were selling cars back in September. Customers have bought them back, they're making more money.
Really?
Literally. The market as a whole, because obviously you can't get new cars.
Yeah.
Global shortage of silica chips, apparently. Thanks, Tesla. And the used car market has gone bananas. It's literally gone bananas.
This really, from where we started, when I said I wanted a 40 grand car.
Yeah.
This is not 40 grand, but when I think
Not
about
close. It's not far.
Really?
It's not far.
Okay. Well, let's have a look around it because it's metallic grey, got the GTS wheels, which are a must.
Big must. This little thing is like tinted windows, blacked out frame, blacked out roof rails, but the party's on the inside. So all this Alcantara.
Oh yeah.
You've got the upgraded leather pack with the, the sort of Alcantara center. You've got the multi-way adjustment seats.
Right
full
down here.
multi-way seats.
Bose. That to me is like
Game changer.
sold.
Game changer. Opening pan roof.
Oh, hold on. What? Pan roof?
Opening pan roof.
Oh wow. Okay.
One thing so if you have a Porsche, you already know, but heated steering wheel.
Really?
The button is just there. You can just hear.
Do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting the same vibes when you showed me
Kelly's. This is so when we sourced Kelly's one, we had to find all the spec. By the way, excuse my voice. Big weekend. We found the spec. This one's got lane assist, cruise control, heated steering wheel, Bose Sports Chrono Pack. I mean.
No. Okay.
I got excited, so I was like, Paul, get down here now.
This is good. This is good because I think with Porsche, everything is an optional extra.
Everything's
right?
an option.
So you can have low spec Macans in general, but the Macan GTS for me is Porsche's hot hatch.
And I love these.
Yeah, so do I.
Do you know what's really nice? I was thinking about as well. Kelly's car is basically the same shape.
Yeah.
It's almost like a his and hers, but yours is just an absolute weapon. Sorry, Kelly, I like yours.
Yeah. This is
But
properly
honestly.
cool because that van's a little bit noisy. When I came down and I was like, I want a hot hatch,
Yeah.
but I also want a really nice interior.
Yeah.
I want like German.
Paul obviously is a petrol head. Done this for many years. His requirement list, shall we say, it's quite extensive.
No, upgraded surround sound. You need,
Surround sound.
You need the upgraded sound, but then
Have to
when
look good spec, resaleable.
Porsche.
You could sell it on Porsche.
Porsche, just those words screams quality.
Two keys.
I mean, imagine having a Porsche as a daily driver.
That's it. I'm very envious of that.
Let's have a look at the back, because when I see these on the road, it's the back to me. It just squats down. This angle is my favourite angle here, which is also the angle that you sent me on WhatsApp, as if you knew.
I almost knew. It's almost like I've done this before.
Can we start? Can we hear it?
Yes. Would you like me to?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, go on then. It's not exactly a cold start because we've literally rolled it off the trailer. It's been running, so. But, I mean, they do sound good.
Yeah.
Plenty of room for improvement. Plenty for us to do.
This is a daily driver at the end of the day. It's got some fruitiness, but it's not excessive to the point where I'm going to hate it. So what I'm going to do is straight pipe it, and then I'll probably hate it in 2,000 miles.
Remap.
No, do you know what? I said, we'll switch it off purely because the audio is going to be rubbish. I love that analog. I love that analog, the fact you have to twist the key. It's not a push button start, but Porsche always have that. What I was going to say
Porsche are analog. I love that they've kept to the centre rev counter.
Yeah.
And they haven't got full digital yet. They will. I know they have in
Yeah.
some ranges, but
when I drove the Macan GTS in America, I knew Sam was a big Porsche fan. I might FaceTime Sam. I said I'd lower it, and then I've got hot hatch. Because at the moment, obviously, it sits on stilts. It looks a little bit like a
it's
mini.
meant to, but you could definitely drop it.
Oh, I have been given the keys. I'm allowed to go on an unaccompanied test drive because of COVID. I can have an accompanied test drive, but Dan will be in the back with a mask on. I feel like it'd probably be better visually. Now, I've not driven a Macan GTS on UK roads. Can you see this? 21 plate GT4. Oh, that does look good. I'm amazed at the amount of spec on this car. I've been looking on Auto Trader and a Macan GTS is a saved search. Oh, that brake pedal is a little bit firmer than my GTR. But I've never seen one with this much of a spec, and this is what Saxton 4x4 gets so well, especially with the SUVs, is that they are such specialists at buying the right cars. Oh, feel the smoothness and the comfiness. They're such specialists at buying the right cars that when they're bringing one into stock, and especially when Dan calls me up and says, I've got a car that you have to come and see, it's more often than not going to be a pretty good car. I mean, just look how this handles. Look at my phone. It's literally like a sports car in an SUV shape. Oh, how good does that sound? What is moving around in this? Oh, I've got like a lock and wheel now. Put that in my pocket. See what I mean by it? Literally, this car has just come in, so I feel quite privileged to get the heads up before it gets prepped, before it goes onto the website. Gives me some time to make a decision. How do I move it into like a sportier mode? Sport and Sport Plus. It's all buttons down here. One thing that I did say on that initial video when we were looking around the Saxton 4x4 dealership is I wanted a modern interior. The Peugeot 508 GT was so nicely designed inside and felt really nice that I really wanted something futuristic and modern inside. And I'm not saying that this isn't, but Porsche interiors are going that next level up. The 992 911 is really smart, and it's come away from the 991 center console here. The new Macan that's going to be coming out is definitely going to have a different interior, which will immediately date this. But as long as I've got the sound system, and as long as I've got the comfort and the performance and the Porsche badge, it's a pretty good option. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. It's a cool car. It ticks a lot of boxes, not all, but a lot. But I don't know whether there is a car that ticks all of the boxes. So I feel like I should probably go back to the dealership and run some numbers. But first, let's put it into Sport Plus. Oh, a little blow off there. It's not as quick as I thought or remembered. It's now been 48 hours after my trip down to Saxton's 4x4 to see the Macan GTS. It's now a beautiful day, and actually the weekend that this video is going live, I'm going into London, which is the next video. But there was one thing that I didn't catch on camera. It was my reaction to the mileage on the Macan GTS. Now Dan is going to run figures on it so that I can get an understanding of what that is going to cost per month. But my worry is that car has done 55,000 miles, which to someone that's going to do between 5 and 10,000 miles in a year isn't so bad, because in 4 to 5 years time that car will be on 70 to 75,000 miles. The problem is I do 20,000 minimum in that car. I'll still do 10,000 miles minimum in this, plus all of the press cars that I have. I do a lot of miles on a yearly basis, so doing 20,000 miles in a year in that Macan GTS will take that car to 75,000 miles, which is a little bit too much considering I kind of rotate my cars on a 12-month basis. I'm not sure that's the car for me, but I will see when Dan runs the figures what that comes out at. I just don't know whether I can predict what the price point is going to be in a year's time. The market's at a high at the moment. What is a Macan GTS with 75,000 miles on the clock going to be worth in a year's time, 18 months time? It's the only thought that I had coming from that day. Let me know in the comments below. We're going to keep on the lookout, basically. We're going to keep our eyes out Dan's going to keep his ears to the ground. The buying team at Saxton's are also going to be having a look, and maybe RSQ3, Macan GTS, SQ5, those kind of cars is where we're going. And as long as it's around the 40 grand price point, it's going to be a wicked daily. I just want to make sure it's perfect. So I'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'm now taking the GTR into London. It's the next video that you're going to see, and I cannot wait to see what is going on in London on a day like today when it's 30 degrees. This feels like summer from like 2008. I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Goodbye. He probably does have a yacht somewhere. Oh, that's 812.
Yes. Oh, Zach, you amateur hour. Was that the...
That was so like high pitch. I can still hear it. So we're at... Here we go.
Competition, was that?
No. Problem is, it was right by a police car.